welcome to another episode of the Thanalysis Show with your one and only Thanasis Antetokounmpo and Tony C.
What's up?
Presented by Gruber Law Offices, Potawatomi Casinos and Hotels, and Carbliss. Thank you guys. Thank our sponsors so much. You guys make it possible. Every show is amazing. And let's get straight to it.
I want to start with the Bucks playing the Rockets, hosting the Rockets, because a lot happened in that game. We're going to talk about the end of that game in a second here. But the Bucks had a fan favorite, an all-timer in the building. I knew you were going to be there. I want to give you just, how was it being back in the building?
It was great, man. I missed this. I missed it so much, man. Just being on the court, being in the arena, and the fans, man, showed me so much love, and like I missed it, and like just the energy, it was different, man.
Was it? I got a C in psych class at the University of Wisconsin, so I'm pretty qualified to ask questions.
Yeah.
Was it hard from like a mental standpoint?
Yes,
was it hard?
Very.
Because like you're just watching, like that's got to be impossible, right?
Yeah. And it's hard. It's hard because like you want to be there, but you don't want to be a distraction, and then you want to. And then you want to do all these things, and you don't want to overstep. But at the same time, you just I just want to see the team win. I want to win. I want us to win games.
So give me the breakdown. Where'd you sit? Like what was your sight line?
Just close to the bench, next to the bench.
Close to the bench. Okay. The end of the game. Let's fast forward. Obviously, it's a good ball game.
Great ball game.
Came out slow, got the lead, gave up the lead in the fourth. 7 minutes left. They were down 4 or 6 or something at that point. Yeah. Battled back. That final back and forth, the Giannis block into the Dame layup, finishes the game like that. What was, I guess, let's get your breakdown of that first, and then I want to get how you responded watching.
Okay, so the breakdown. Okay, let's be biased now. Okay, let's not be biased. I mean, the breakdown was like solid game. Team, I think they came from a back-to-back. They're a great team, by the way. They were top 3.
They are good, right? They're young and athletic.
Good, yeah, top 3, great coaching, everything. Top 3. I mean, top 4 now. They lost.
Top 4, yeah.
But I think it was a great win for the Milwaukee Bucks, man. This is, and first of all, like if we didn't have the thing with like Charlotte, we probably would have. It's probably 4 in a row. To be honest with you, 4 in a row. That's more like it. That's more like Bucks basketball. We fight to the end and we win games. Like it's so many things, so many aspects of it that it was just like great to see the team together. And I got the chance to like get some notes and see like some other stuff I wanted to see. So,
are we sharing those notes, or is that for the private folder? No, we don't have to share.
Maybe the next episode. Okay. Maybe the next show.
That's a good tease. You're getting good at this. See? Yeah, you know what you're doing. The next episode, he's going to share some of the private notes. So you had a good line of sight for the game against the Rockets. I want to go back and ask you a question about the game against the Pistons.
Yeah.
A couple days ago, a week ago now or so.
Yeah.
Because I threw a question out. I said like, hey, if you got a question for the show, throw it up on Twitter. And one of the big ones that people responded with.
They might have more and more.
There's going to be a lot of them.
Because it's going live. Like literally, if you just press now, or you go on my profile, you probably see more.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. The first one. So we threw up on Twitter at Thanalysis Show. Make sure you're following along. If you have a question for the show, just send it our way. We'll try to get to them. We're going to be recording a lot more of these, a lot more reaction pods coming up here. Send it our way. We'll try our best to answer the best ones. I said bonus points for creativity. And creative right off the bat, the Heartbreak Kid says, how do I become a cast member of the show?
Cast member of the show? Wow, we got to start auditioning.
Well, and I think we have to have auditions. Yeah, we should do that.
We should have like a week, just always have a fan each week. We could do that.
We could do that. It sounds like a lot of work.
It's all about time. The only you got to do is just come in the studio and...
We'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll do something fan-related this season. But I go back because a lot of the interaction that night was after the Pistons game was what your reaction would have been and what your thoughts were on Isaiah Stewart with the jersey pull down. You thought I was going to take it easy on you tonight. Just ask you about watching the game.
So, what's so funny? I don't think people realize that. Like, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he just plays hard and he's a relentless competitor. But he knows what it is. He knows what it is. First of all, there's nothing to say. I don't need to say.
For sure.
I don't even need to to dissect this. But one thing I would say, right, is that if you notice about Jan too. You hear what Giannis said?
After that one?
Yeah, what did he say? You heard that? Well, he said,
I don't know
I'm used to that because my brothers.
Oh, yes.
Because that's how we used to play.
For
I
sure.
remember we would play 1-on-1, and my mom would be looking at us, all of us playing 1-on-1, and be just scared. Like, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, stop. I'm like, Mom, it's basketball.
It's basketball. This is what we do.
It's basketball. Like, let us play. Trust me, they're gonna cheer us way harder, way nastier outside of what we're doing right now. So, yeah.
And you guys practice like that hard too.
Yes, you have to. That's why you think by any chance you're just going through contact. Of course, we have to.
Mm-hmm.
We have to.
With that, I was.
By the way, I follow him on Instagram.
Isaiah Stewart, you do?
Yeah.
He said
right away. Follow him right away.
Do you know who I want to make sure this gets out there because he gets pulled down. Pat goes and helps him up. Pat Connaughton goes and helps Giannis up right away. Gary Trent is what 6'4"? Like he's not that much bigger than me. No, Gary Trent and Andre Jackson were in his from a team perspective. Obviously, no one's gonna fight. Like the NBA just doesn't. It's not hockey, right? You shouldn't.
And hopefully we don't see that not add up.
No, but I have a ton of respect
very possible.
for anyone that goes and steps up for their teammate. The same way in football, if you hit a teammate and people get into it. So Gary Trent and Andre Jackson both stepped to him right away. And I don't want to see a brawl, but I like you got to say something. And they were two smaller dudes saying something.
You got to say something, and it's the NBA. Like once they see you don't say nothing, they'll come at you. The only reason, let's say example, it's harder with Jan and guys who are really big and Shaq and LeBron and all these guys just because they are scared after. Because they're like, okay, if I hit him and Giannis all of a sudden decides to be mean, he's going to be mean, bro. So you really don't want to do that. And now it's crazy that, sometimes you see him like just bulldoze everybody or just throw his body, and people don't even understand like that's just him going to the basket.
Yeah,
that's not him like really trying to like put you in the rim or put you like that's just him going to the basket. Like okay, I'm stronger than you, so I'm just going there.
He's
if you
not.
Meet me, it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's because I think from a fan like watching perspective. Yeah. He's not the same size as Shaq was, just overall build. Like Shaq just looked like a big, strong dude.
Yeah.
Giannis is so unbelievably strong.
Yeah.
But he doesn't look like he looks strong, but not like I'm going to break every bone in my body if I run into him.
I'll tell you one thing, right? And this is the thing. And so I think a lot of people have said this about Shaq too. Like they've said we're all so glad that he was nice.
Like as a person.
As a person.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he was mean, we wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
We'd
be Charles Oakley. Like that size.
But I am telling you, like this is not a joke. And the bodies have changed, but the demeanor stays the same. And I like it because it's all about, hard hustle and, everything else will fall in place. But you have to keep that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to keep that. And also I don't know, it's just wild to see. And shout out Giannis for the way he handled it, but like he gets pulled down to the ground. And obviously it hurt. You hit your backside hits the hardwood, like it's gonna hurt. But like he kept composure like none other.
Of course, he's trying to win a game.
Yeah, exactly. But I think however many people were in the building that night, if you were wearing a Bucks shirt, you'd lost more composure than he did, and he's the one it happened to.
100%. And sometimes it happens to me. Like I'll do it so he doesn't. Or teammates will do it so he doesn't. He has to stay locked in. And same thing with other guys. But you definitely have to have in your team. You have to have the enforcers, the guys, and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, sometimes like people know this league. People talk to each other, and people will tell you like who is who.
Okay.
They will tell you who is who. They would be like, it's a lot of times you'll be like, oh my God, I don't like this guy. He plays dirty. And then you ask their team, and they'll be like, bro, he's the nicest kid ever.
Really?
Yeah. That's what it is. Right?
So it's interesting because there's so much. And we're in this.
And it's the narrative and the persona.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're in this media scam. We had a guy in Milwaukee who had a terrible reputation outside of whatever team, Grayson Allen.
Yes, but this is the thing. Oh, my God. I can't even make this up. So Grayson Allen is naturally strong, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he got bigger this summer, by the way. That was incredible. I don't know. That was. I told him that's That is Giannis transformation. That's 20.
He
30,
put on
25.
that. He put on that much muscle.
A lot. No, not just
He's just bigger.
Just bigger, bro. One thing about Grayson, he plays so hard, but he's athletic. So everything he does is airborne, if that makes sense. Everything, he's going on a steal and a block, he's like staying in the air. Watch every clip, everything is in the air, or it's like, so he gets tangled a lot. But other than that, I understand, like, I get when, like, if somebody would say that, or like, oh, he's a little bit, over the top or stuff like that. But he's really not. I'm telling you, he's so calm and
see, that's what people don't see.
I know. But when and his face, though, his face too.
Oh yeah.
That's
so I can admit, and So I was in the room. We were recording an episode one day when the news broke that he had signed his new deal.
Yeah.
And you FaceTimed him, and I think you joked like dinner was on him.
Yeah.
So like I know y'all have a good relationship, right? Grayson Allen played for Duke.
Yeah.
I went to Wisconsin. I was at the national championship game. So right off the bat, I was like, I'm not a fan of this kid. But like the same was for Jahlil Okafor and Justice Winslow and whoever was on that Duke team. Coach K could get it too. I didn't like any of them, right? Yes. And then the Bucks trade for Grayson Allen. I was like, well, it's all water under the bridge. He's our guy.
We love you, Grayson.
And I had a friend who we'd text back and forth during Bucks games. And I was like, he's our guy now. He's our guy now.
Man, you love him, man. Same thing with Marcus Smart. People be like, oh my God, Marcus Smart. Bro, if you have those guys, it's a privilege. It's an honor to have those guys play for you. Just because they want to win.
Yep.
They don't want to just be all over the place.
I always wanted on my team, like a top 5 We should make a top 5 enforcers list. But I always wanted Joakim Noah on a team that I cheered for, man.
So we going all time, or are we going active?
Let's go active. Like, active guys that you would put on an enforcer list.
Tuck.
I was gonna ask him if he was your number one. So PJ Tucker.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna
throw just 5. We don't do top 5. Yeah, just 5 in general. 5. I'm taking Draymond on that list, hands down, all day.
Draymond is not there. Draymond, bro, is a fucking dog, man. This guy, Draymond, obviously Pat Bev, but
that counts as active.
Oh,
subscribe
it does count.
I know he's overseas, but it counts. Whatever.
He's only overseas because he wants to be overseas. Tuck, Pat,
Marcus Smart's a good one for that list too.
Marcus Smart. I can't put Drew Holiday as an enforcer, but he's a dog.
I just want Drew Holiday on every team that I am involved in.
Yeah, I can't put him as an enforcer.
Yeah.
Andre Jackson, myself, obviously. Like, Jay. I'm telling you, Jay's a dog, bro.
Oh yeah,
he's a dog. Like
he had zero points.
When I say
against
dog,
Houston.
I mean DAWG.
Bro. Yep.
That's not poor. He's like.
So that's another question I had for you from the Rockets game, right? Andre Jackson had 0 points. Yeah. Didn't score.
That don't matter.
Doesn't matter, right? So tell fans who look at a box score and are like, oh, you own 0 points. So what the difference that man makes on a basketball court?
Defense maker, man. Defense maker on defense. This is the things we always talk about because like you want guys like this in your team. You want guys. This is the same guys we had when we won championships. You had Tuck, you had Bob, you had all the guys who will do what it takes when it comes to the scoreboard. You know what I'm saying? And then do what it takes when it's everything else. When it's you get hit by the Miami Heat. I remember like it was a play with Trevor Ariza or Bielitsa or somebody else, like, just getting rough and stuff like that. And the guy stood up immediately. Boom. I know we're not having none of that. So it was great. And we're talking about great guys, right?
Yeah.
Trevor Ariza, amazing player. Like Bielitsa, like great shooter. So these are the things you want. Same thing with Andrew Jackson. I don't know if you can see the stats and like that. He's been playing amazing defense and just having this role of energy.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying is I think I love watching him play. I think he makes a great difference. There's a reason he won the national championships he did in college or national championship he did.
Because he wants to win.
He wants to win. But
he don't care. He's fearless.
100%. Because he'll guard 1 through 4.
Yeah.
But the like I hate when people are like, oh, he's a casual fan. If you just look at a box score, you may be like, oh, why did he play this many minutes if he didn't score? But because it's different.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, so you want everybody scoring 45 points? So who's going to be your favorite player if everybody scores 45?
If you're not in SportsCenter's top 10, you didn't make a difference. Is what that's the internet, though, right?
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like I think the NBA now it's coming back to it, but before it's been it's been a phase that people don't have favorite players.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when you had your favorite role player, like, oh my God, I love this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want this guy to never leave, So now we're going back to this now. Now slowly, like, people are saying, like, oh, I really appreciate how this guy plays. It doesn't matter if he scores 25 points. But I really like how he plays. He plays fearless basketball. He doesn't care. So now you're going to see that more and more and more with teams.
I know he coaches a team that I don't want to win because he coaches for the Celtics right now. But one of my all-time favorite players growing up, Allen Iverson, was number one. Role player, Sam Cassell, when he was point guard of the Bucks, man. An 8-year-old me loved Sam Cassell. That's like the ultimate role player, right? Like he was a good shooter, but he was one of those guys. Any other thoughts from you just
in the game?
Just the Rockets game specifically, but just the overall, like, I know you said it was hard, the experience, but like just being back around.
Great win. Just day by day. Every game is different, it was great seeing Dame out there. It was kind of rough a couple of games. I think I was going through whatever he was going through.
Yeah, he had the concussion. He worked his way back. Obviously had to get into a rhythm.
Great.
But got there.
And way to hold it down, the guys, too, without him. Like, bro, Jan, everybody.
Played well. I mean, obviously, Giannis, the 59 was the first game without Dame, right?
And it was great, man. It was great. And this is the crazy part about the NBA, right? Look at our record. Now, you've had 6 games that's been in point difference.
Mm-hmm.
We played Cleveland, lost in details. Played Cleveland again, lost by details.
Yep.
Detroit could have went either way. Charlotte could have went either way. Yesterday could have went either way. So that reflects to say, like, what if every game, and this is a big if, and obviously basketball's not about if, it's about factual, but I'm saying, like, what if you would have won? Now your score, reality would be totally different. That's why when adversity hits, you got to stay locked in.
Okay.
That's why you hear leaders say, like, hey, it doesn't matter what's going on. I have to, like, stand my ground.
Which is why you said after the Hornets game, when we sat here and recorded, you said players, the last 2-minute report doesn't matter. Players are going to be like, all right, we should have had that one on to the next one.
It is what it is. Next one. It just happens that we're, low in the standings 100%. Right now. We're trying to catch up. That happens, So, but this is the thing, and you realize this, like, when it's pressure, and it's pressure, and it's high altitude, and where people, you see with other teams too in the league, and when people get to that, like, high level and being pressured and people talking about you every day and what you got to do, and some people get asthma.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can't make it. Some people can't breathe up there, and some people can. Some people just up there and they like, oh, this is a great view. I like it up here.
Yeah, it's one of those pressure's a privilege too. Like, it puts you in a spot where you're.
This is the thing, just game by game. It doesn't matter. You can say whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I'm here for it. I embrace it. I'm going through. So this is the mental process.
I want to move on past Bucks Rockets and go over just kind of NBA in general, because I came across something that I just want to get your reaction to. So saw this at Clutch Points on Twitter.
Go.
And they follow us. They help promote the Thanalysis show, but they said,
shout out to Clutch Points.
Wild trade proposal.
Wild trade proposal. What's the trade proposal?
Giannis for Joel Embiid. And then they said, who says no? And here's their reasoning.
Who says no?
Who says no?
Why would that happen? The MVP,
it's the internet. Someone's bored. Yeah, but okay. It says the Bucks are 5-9, 12th in the East. The Sixers are 2-11, 15th in the East, which no one's paying attention to them at all. Unless you go and look up standings, no one's mentioning that the Sixers are 2-11.
Yeah.
And they continue. If both teams wanted to move on from their stars, could be an MVP for MVP swap. Dame would play with an elite big man in Milwaukee.
So Giannis not elite. Then.
That's where I stopped reading. How?
No, I'm asking. It's
that's what they're insinuating here. They're saying that Dame would finally play with an elite big in Milwaukee, as if he's not currently playing.
I don't want to. So this is the other thing. I don't want to misconstrue what they're trying to say, because I don't want to put our words in there.
That's fair.
What they're saying, but maybe they're saying that Giannis is not a big. So what is it? 3-man, 4-man?
What position do you put him at? Like, if you had to.
Anything. Like, did you see this guy orchestrate the last 4 or 5 games? This guy has been bringing down the ball, passing, distributing, playing, like, everything. I don't know where to put him. Obviously, I'm not going to say he's a shooting guard, but you know what I mean?
No, that works. And that's kind of just where I read that line. It was just like, all right, you trying to say he's... Because Dame is currently playing with an elite big.
I think it's entertainment. Which is okay.
Yeah.
We're trying to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Podcasts, trying to react, trying to give you guys, kind of stuff to talk about, laugh. But who says no?
The Bucks.
Who says yes? Forget the Bucks. Who says no? Who says yes?
The Sixers.
You think the Sixers don't want Joel? You think the Bucks don't want?
I think they want him. I think they would want him.
Yes?
It's a great spin on that one.
Yeah. Who says yes? Nobody.
I feel as if very rarely can you trade an MVP and upgrade. I like Joel Embiid a lot. I still think Giannis is better.
Taxi.
Right? It's not a knock on Joel Embiid. Giannis is great.
But let's, even line.
Okay.
Even line, right? And we're talking about my brother now,
yeah.
Right? Even line. They're both great.
Mm-hmm.
They're both historically great. So now, to say that is just pure entertainment. You're trying to click, get people talking, get us talking.
For sure.
About it, right?
Got me talking.
Now, like I said, who says yes? None of those teams are willing to, at this moment in time, say, oh, yeah, of course I want to do it. So, with that being said, yes. But now, in general, I don't know what's the situation with the Sixers because I haven't seen the games. I don't know why
I think they've had terrible luck. Paul George started the year hurt. Joel Embiid started the year hurt. Then he got hurt.
Okay.
Then he got sick. Joel Embiid had an illness, and then he missed, I think, the Miami game. I feel like when you have... I really like Tyrese Maxey.
Me too.
I think Joel Embiid's great. Paul George is great, obviously. They had a terrible start to the season.
What's that kid's name? McCain?
Jared McCain, yeah, he's a ball player. That's a ball player. So, they have a great roster. They have pieces to piece together. I think they hit a little bit of bad injury luck, and when they piece it together, are they going to be a 1 seed? No, because they started off 2-11. But are they going to be competitive in the East? They're going to get there.
Yeah. You know what's the thing? Regardless of your outcome of standings, you got to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Fight. You got to go through the wall. This is one of those things that people don't. This is what gets you to where you want to be. Because they will have teams that win championship easy. They just win championship okay, I actually like this championship, but it hit the same with adversity. It's not the same. And going through seasons, I think for us right now, it's championship. This adversity. This for the Bucks actually. I don't want to be always saying us, but the Bucks, this is adversity. This is a more big moment for them to show what they're made of, right? And if they want to show what they're made of, they got to go out there and play every night and put their heart out every night, right? And leave everything on the floor. So now I can't really speak on the Sixers because I'm not in the locker room a lot like that. Which now I'm in the locker room of the Bucks, but I'm more, what I'm saying? And I can't really say because they are trying their best. Obviously, I don't think they're trying to win.
Yeah, for sure. I just think in sports in general, and I think that's where a lot of the things you and I will do on this podcast will be interesting, just because so many people want to just be doomsday, fire everyone, trade everyone. It's a marathon.
It's a marathon and a sprint and however you want to call it. But what is the number one thing? What's the correlation for those two? Do you know?
For
sprint or marathon? Do you know?
You're running in both of them.
Yes. What's the next correlation? A sprinter
trick question.
Or in the marathon, when you sprint or you run, do you ever look back?
No.
Nobody looks back.
That's how you get caught.
Nobody
That's
looks
how you
back.
get snatched, yeah.
You run your race. Nobody looks back. Even Usain Bolt, when Usain Bolt used to
that one time, I think he turned around one time.
No, he never looked back. He looked at the crowd. You never look back.
You
never look at past mistakes. You keep going. You keep going through it. So it's the same thing. Just go. Just go. It doesn't matter. It was, oh my God, standings, this, that. We'll talk about it in 1 month from now. And then 1 month from now, evaluate again. And then 1 month from now, evaluate again. And we'll see where we stand. You know what I mean?
You sure you don't want to be a coach?
No.
I mean, come on, man. I am not saying right
know.
now in any means.
I don't know.
I'm just saying down the road.
I got a lot of basketball left. I got a lot of
You have a lot of basketball left physically,
of
mentally.
Course, I could play until I'm 45. The way I'm stuff I've done with my body, and I've like work and everything. Like I could play till I'm 45. It's crazy.
I want you to play as long as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Tom Brady played till he was like 48, 47. I don't know how old he actually was. He was old, right? You play as long as humanly possible. But whenever that time comes, whether it's in 15 years, your brain still has 50 decades worth of basketball left to give.
But you know what is basketball too? It's not just the X's and O's as well. Like which I've been one like I've been with the best of the best. This is the thing about other people. People sometimes hear me talk about basketball, be like, "Oh my God, you know, like you watch so much basketball, you know, and you dissect the game and where guys need to be." And I've been coached with the best of the best. The best of the best. If I told you my coaches from top to bottom, Doc Rivers, Mike Budd, Eric Pitino, Xavi Pascual, Juan Peñarroya, who is basically Barcelona's coach right now, Vasilis Spanoulis, national team coach. I've seen the best of the best, and sat down with even more coaches in front of us. And the reason I've done this is because there's not a bigger power than actually accepting more. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're an artist, right? And you are really, really good at writing your own real lyrics. You write, you sing, right?
Don't ask me to do it on the pod, but yeah.
No, but you write and you sing.
Yep.
Let's say. Do you know how much more power you would have if you let other people write for you? Even though you write and you sing, you know how much more? Because your mind would expand so much. Because now what's happening is you want to go to another level of understanding what's happening and why it's happening. You know what I mean?
See, that's why I think your knowledge of basketball is super interesting too, because I think it's pretty safe to say college basketball in the U.S. is different than the pros, but also the NBA is so much different than EuroLeague.
Yes.
The NBA is different than what you played in FIBA, and you've experienced all of it, all of it together, whether it's strategy or coaching style. But then, so like the way I approach like what we do in media stuff, right, is I have certain networks that I like, but I also don't watch a ton of sports media. I like to try to learn from talk shows or news programs or other stuff and try to like compile it all together, right? And like, so a big national thing happens. You can run to the news network that you really like, or like I'll turn on CNN, see how they're covering it. I'll turn on Fox News, see how they're covering it. Turn on the internet, just look at how different websites are covering it. And then you can kind of like compile everything and figure it out from there. So like for you, you're doing that, but with basketball, which is much cooler.
Yeah, but the other bigger reason I do it is my brothers. They will all play basketball. So like when something would happen, I have to be, if they ask, like somebody they come up to me like, hey, what do you think about this? I have to be able to say like, hey, I think this happening. What I'm watching now. Watched for the games. I'm thinking like you need to duck in. You need to hit people when you screen. You need to do X, Y, Z. You need to, let's say example, rim run. You need to get corner from corner. You need to defend more. You need to be more. You need to gamble more sometimes. Sometimes you need to gamble more because you got limited minutes. You're not gonna just be invisible.
Yeah.
Make something happen. You have limited minutes. So yeah.
I love that. If I title this podcast,
reaction Bucks Houston.
Reaction Bucks Houston. Should Thanasis become a coach?
No, don't do that.
That's gonna be the clickbait. No, I'm just kidding with you.
No.
So we mentioned earlier.
No, you can say that. You can say that. I don't care.
I'm just we mentioned.
But it's true. It's you're asking a question and then they get answered.
No, the crazy part to me is that I think this is why this platform for you is so unique and so cool, is because anyone can sit down in front of a microphone and be like, I watch Bucks Rockets. Here's what I thought. And a lot of people, look, you had your opinions. You watched it. Good for you. Like. They came from a point of knowledge, a point of experience. You watched the game. Your knowledge and just experience base is just that much different than anything anyone else has. And now that you get to kind of share that, I think it's just going to be incredible for fans.
Yeah, and it's hard for me too because like you really don't want to you really don't want to put out there what's actually.
Yeah, we're not going to give away any secrets.
Yeah, because it's certain things that makes you successful, and you don't. Like, when something makes you successful, you keep it, on the low.
Keep it on the low. Keep it
it
on the low for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just throw random questions at you throughout the rest of it. So we put on Twitter at Thanalysis Show.
Just refresh that real quick. Let's see if we have it.
I'll refresh it. I want to get because this one's long to read, but I want to make sure I do it justice. All right, so we throw out there. If you have a question for the show, bonus points for creative questions. This was the most creative one that I saw, but I'm going to double check all of these. It says, all right, imagine that you are locked in a grocery store.
Yeah.
Assume nothing expires.
No.
You have a way to cook everything.
Yes.
How long would it take for the Antetokounmpos to eat all of the food in the entire store?
How long would it take? It depends.
What size grocery store are we talking about here?
Exactly.
There's
one.
a lot of
The other thing you should think about is that are we eating? If you ask me, the people don't even want to know how much. Do you know how calories I burn a day?
I've seen you work out, so I'm gonna say
how many calories I ate a day?
I would bet that you consume 10,000 plus per day because I bet you're burning about 75 to 8,000 during your workouts.
So I burn. Let me get this right. 2,900 to 3,300 calories just sleeping, sitting down. Just if I just sit and do nothing, not a workout, I burn close to 3,000 calories now.
Jesus.
Yeah, which is crazy because I remember I was like, damn, I'm so I want to get bigger and get bigger. Like, how can I get bigger? And I went there and I did those testing. They told me you're actually deficient. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm eating 3 times a day. It's like, no. You need to be eating 7 times.
Really?
To actually start.
To actually bulk up.
And then when I started that, I just took off. I was like, whew.
So you said 3,000 calories you're just burning. I know Carbliss are one
0 calories.
No, they have calories. They're just it's 0 gluten, 0 sugar,
0 carbs.
100 calories.
100 calories.
So you're burning 30 Carbliss just by sleeping.
Sleeping, bro. It's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
Which obviously, the older you get,
it goes away a little bit, but still.
Obviously.
But that you mentioned earlier, the things that you do for your body to be able to perform at a high level and to bounce back.
Sure.
Obviously, that makes a ton of sense. Ron in the Key says, do you like movies? If so, what's your favorite sports movie speech? I have one that instantly comes to mind. Any Given Sunday? Okay.
Yeah, that's I like Pacino. That was great. And Coach Carter, too.
I just saw, this is a complete side note, but this is how my brain works. I just saw a TikTok with the point guard from Coach Carter, who was his son in the movie.
Yeah.
You know the scene where they go to that party and they get in all that trouble?
Was that the one they were about to play the tournament, and all of a sudden they went to this girl's
they
house
won the tournament, and there's they're in a mansion, probably out that was all improv. So
improv. What do you mean?
So they were at the mansion to shoot a different scene.
Yes.
And they said that they didn't have a permit for the pool, and they were supposed to stay out of the master bedroom. But then all the players. They legit just started drinking, started having fun.
Oh, it's not partying.
So they legit started partying. So the camera crew was like, let's just film all this. And the point guard, I'm blanking on his name, and Channing Tatum, they legit jumped in the pool. They weren't supposed to. And
that was a cool scene. That was made.
But that's what makes it even better.
Yes.
It makes it even better. So they're telling the story. And he's like, yeah, we were legitimately drunk. We weren't supposed to be in the pool. And then Samuel L. Jackson's. He was a little bit late or just got to the set afterwards and walked in, saw what was happening, and in character went over there and said, Damien, get out the pool. And all that was
he stays in. Damien Jr., get out the pool.
And it was all that was not scripted, no Hollywood, no writers, and it just happened. It's amazing.
It's the best scenes. You know how many times I've heard that a lot in movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just saw this interview on TikTok and I was just that's the kind of questions we got to be asking some of these guests. That's what I want to get to. Coach Carter, great movie speeches. I also thought of Remember the Titans when they're at the Battle of Gettysburg. That's a good one. In terms of speeches.
You should go to my Twitter. I think people went crazy.
Oh, I'm scrolling them right now.
Is that my Twitter or no?
These are all the mentions. Yeah, so it's the mentions for Thanalysis Show and your Twitter.
Okay.
So yeah, I got a ton. I'm just gonna read this because it's fun.
Go.
Who wins? Actually, this might be a good fight. Who wins in a bare knuckle boxing match? Stephen A. or Skip Bayless? Skip Bayless is in shape.
I've never seen Skip Bayless. I'm assuming Stephen A. I'll put my money on Stephen A. I don't know Skip.
Did you see he was just a guest in your first season of the show? Did you see Stephen A. working out with Lethal Shooter?
Yeah,
He just showed up, gave him quick lessons. He's hitting threes like he's in the league.
What?
Let's take the Eastern Conference Championship out of this question. Okay. And obviously for Game 6,
Game 6 against
Game 6 in the finals was a little bit different because you weren't in the locker room with the team. But it said most memorable locker room moment. That's coming from Jacob 15. Most memorable locker room moment.
That's a lot of them, man. I can't. It's countless. I can't count them.
Fair enough.
Count them, but I'll give you some. I'm gonna give you some. Is it with the Bucks or in general?
Let's go in general. I don't know if people realize like your history of playing basketball.
But you know what's so crazy? I would see like people be like, "Oh, shoot, okay, Thanasis and stuff like that," and then they'll go on Google and like type in my name. They'll be like in shock.
I just had to do this to someone at my office the other day.
What I've played and like accolades and stuff like that. They'd be like, "What?" Yeah.
Like I was talking to someone the other day, and they were just like, "Oh, like, he got to the NBA and joined the Bucks," and I was just like, "No, he was drafted like by the Knicks, by Phil Jackson."
You know what Phil Jackson told me? I've told you this, right?
I know.
He said, "You remind me so much of Dennis," because I was like in the workout, I went crazy and I was just like, just diving and hitting people, and I was like, and then he was like, "But you know." And then he made me watch Trevor Ariza.
Was that the guy?
In between and stuff like that. Yeah, it was fun.
It's interesting because your athleticism. We talked about this with Shaka Smart actually because we were talking about the combine.
Yeah.
And he had 2 players recently from Marquette go through the process, and we talked about your athleticism, your build, the combine, and things like you're made to just destroy those tests.
the metrics, right?
Yeah. So I can see Phil Jackson, and he's talking about Dennis Rodman. Of all, Hall of Fame.
But it was just how much hungry I was to win and play, and that's why I got drafted.
Yeah,
but sorry, what was the question?
It was the most memorable locker room moment.
Okay, I mean, it's a lot of them. We had a great huge game in. So I'll give you 3. I'm gonna give you EuroLeague 1 that I just got it on top of my mind. I'm going to give you a national team 1.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you an NBA 1.
Let's do it. 3 for.
So, first, where now was like with Panathinaikos, my team in Greece. Remember the moment we was playing in Russia and we scored like one of our Nikolaithis scored like in the buzzer, and we went straight to the locker. Like we scored, then they missed, and then went straight to the locker room. And it was a great moment because like. We actually went on a run. We won like 10 in a row.
Okay.
And trying to make the playoffs. And it was the season. The season was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Not stuff like that. And I just had a great like time there. And it was like just memorable that I remember now in the locker room. And obviously, you know, it's always good when you win championships, obviously. But you know what I mean? That's one of them. I'm trying to see in season and not just championship, just in season. Second one was obviously when we went to the Olympics. Now and I'll show you the video and everybody's chanting, you know, Greece and.
Was this last year's Olympics?
Yeah, just
after we qualified to get to Paris.
It was just amazing, man. Kids, families, everybody was outside the locker room. The players in the locker room, and they brought the torch. You know, like when
really?
Of course, because we're Greece. We're the you know what I'm saying? And they brought it in the locker room, and it was like we went ballistic. I'll show you the video. It's great. And then. And then with the Bucks, oh my God, with the Bucks, so many of them, bro. Bro, we beat the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah. Game 7 in Brooklyn, bro. In the crowd that's full with like Greek flags and Milwaukee, like green jerseys and just like. And we're playing against KD, and this KD is nothing like any other KD you've ever seen. I'm telling you, bro. This is not even. I can't even explain this, right? And we are. And it's Connie and it's James Harden and like just this up and down, and all of a sudden we win, you know, and we go into the locker room and like, oh my God, we're about to win the championship. We're about to run it through everybody.
I think at the live show, you or Giannis said that when it was like, when did you know you were going to win the title? And it was when we beat Brooklyn.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because Brooklyn. Are you joking?
No, I'm saying, but you still had two more series to go.
Yeah, because you had KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, like top of the top.
Like we're in Wisconsin, obviously, so there's Packers players who, when they won a Super Bowl like 10, 12 years ago now, they'll be asked, when did you know you were going to win the Super Bowl? And it's never, a lot of players you talk to, it's never when the buzzer sounded, when it went to zero.
No.
So like one of their answers was their coach actually, the night before the game, said, hey, I'm calling a special team meeting, and it was to get their rings fitted. They didn't know that they were going to do that, and they got their rings fitted. And one of the players was like, that's when I knew we win it tomorrow.
Yeah. You see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Coaching is not just it's different. It's belief.
Mm-hmm.
It's belief. It's half of it. Get you through the door. You know, guys got fitted. It wasn't that we're going to win. It's me telling Jan, like, bro, the trophy's in the building. Do not let this trophy go back to Phoenix.
So
tell me that conversation. No, but I'm saying that, and that's obviously private and the family. But I'm saying like that's the belief. That's what gets you through the door. And like I'm here because everybody's talented, and you're in this level. Of course, you're talented.
Yeah, everyone's.
You're in the NBA. It's the best of the best. Of course, you're talented, and you can shoot, and you can dribble, and you can do multiple things, right? But the belief that like, okay, like I can do this. So
was there a you brought up coaching. Now I'm just nerding out and asking questions here. When you said there's coaching, it's more of a belief. You guys went down 0-2, to Brooklyn,
Phoenix,
Brooklyn
and 1-0 against Atlanta.
Yeah, that's what it was.
1-0 against Atlanta, 2-0 against Phoenix, 2-0 against Brooklyn.
Was there a coaching moment in the Phoenix series where Bud said something, or did he just not need to say anything? You guys were already locked in.
But that was enough too. Not saying anything too.
Not saying anything was enough.
Yeah. So I'll give an example. Like, it wasn't that he didn't say anything, but to just stick to the plan. Stick to the plan because he switched the plan.
Okay.
He switched it because he had the personnel to switch it, and he switched the plan and stick to the plan, and guys were so connected. I remember like Game 5 and watching it, like it was poetry. I'm not talking about Game 6.
Mm-hmm.
Game 6 was just like, wow.
Yeah.
But Game 5, poetry. Was down a lot. The guys were playing, and Phoenix was playing basketball, pure basketball. Pass to the corner. Mwah. Pass. Jay Crowder coming, pump fake. Devin Booker coming, pump fake. Pass it, Chris Paul. Whoa, pass it to Michael Bridges. Mwah. It was just like crazy. Cam Johnson. Mwah. Torrey Craig. Like it was just like beautiful basketball. And then we just came in and pushed. And the game, like DHO handoff, everybody knew their spot. Everybody was like decisive right there, So this is the moments that you're like what I'm watching now is elite. Is elite. When you see a team, sometimes sometimes we see a team like a team will score, another team will score, another team will score, and another team will score, and people will say like, "Damn, they can't get a stop." No, it's just they're playing
poetry motion. This is basketball.
This is basketball.
Makes sense. No, I was curious about that just when you mentioned that. I want to get to one or a couple more here, just quick fan questions.
Okay, go.
This one coming from Thomas Parker. I really like this question, not basketball related at all.
Mm-hmm.
Says your dad was obviously a pivotal person in your entire family's life. Is there something that he told you that sticks with you every day that inspires you to keep pushing for success?
Oh my God, well, that had a lot of sayings.
Did
he? He's looking at so many of them. So many of them.
Fair enough.
But I'll tell you. So my dad, first of all, he used to tell me that all the time. Used to tell all of us individually, not together. Used to tell all of us like, "You never walk alone."
Mm-hmm.
Right? And obviously, that's actually a quote from like Liverpool.
I was gonna say, I think that's Liverpool's.
And I don't know. He would always say this. I was like, "Wow." He's like, "You have your brothers that you always be together and you always like have each other and stuff like that." And the other thing would be like, he would like see us, and whenever he wasn't trying, he'd be like, "Why do you think we came here? We gave all of this, from Africa with this. We came to Europe, and you had you guys in Europe, and you came here. You think we came here to like sell bananas?" I'm like,
"That's a great quote.
That's crazy. That's crazy." But everybody who is like African, and they will know what I just said, and they watch this, they will know. Like he used to say this all the time.
Okay.
Like, what do you think we came here to do? We came here to see. You came here to give everything you have, and and so many other things.
No,
so,
that's great. That's great. I love that. Last one for you. I know you play some video games. I don't know if you're huge on either one of those, but they tweeted in Fortnite or Call of Duty.
Counter-Strike. I'm an old school guy.
Okay.
STEM.
I've never played
PC,
Fortnite or Call of Duty. So
PC. But the young people are playing Fortnite, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's so many of those games out now.
I did try to play one time because Giannis had the skin, which was awesome, bro. I was like, that is top level of like having being on Fortnite. So
nice. I think I want to say that's everything I got for you on today's episode.
Are you sure you want to refresh?
Yeah, we'll do one more quick refresh on the fan questions here.
Make sure
They've been coming in. There's a lot of them. I was
really? I
was trying to just go through the some of the best ones that I see there. We did get one fan saying we need another episode with Robin Lopez.
Anytime,
that was a great conversation.
It was
great. You crushed that one.
Great episode. You guys got to go check out the episode with Rotimi. Bro, it was good.
The Rotimi episode was incredible.
Incredible.
So I joked in the 4-quarter segment, and I say joke, but it's kind of serious.
Bro.
The last couple guests you've had, Rotimi and Brian Windhorst,
are tough, right?
Like, I'm just going to be out of a job because you guys are going to figure out how to co-host this thing together.
Yeah,
and I'm just going to be hanging out.
You're never going to be out of a job.
No, you and Wendy were incredible. Rotimi is fascinating.
I'm telling you.
And he's so entertaining.
You hear my impression? You saw my story? Baby, yeah. Like that. Baby, yeah. First of all, he's an amazing artist, dude. Bro. Go listen to his album, bro. It's incredible. He has 18 songs, and half of them are Afrobeats, and half of them are R&B. Go listen to him.
In My Heart, In My Veins. It's out now. It's on Spotify.
Go listen to him.
Real talk. There's so many people today. They look at singers and they're just like auto-tune or voice after or whatever. When I tell you the audio on the pod and in the clips where he just starts singing, that's real.
Exactly.
And let me tell you, our mics are not like studio where it's like doing anything to his voice. Like it's just really him. And I was sitting there, and he starts singing, and I looked around the room, and I was like, "Damn!"
That's
It was so good.
So talented, bro. He can act too. Like wow.
Yeah, he's talented guy. I was really happy to have him on the show. He was incredible to work with. I
can't wait for our next guest. I can't wait. Hey, please let us know who you guys want us to have on the show. Please send us more questions. And apparently, I have a nice studio. We have a nice studio here, so we can do this daily on a daily basis or every 2-3 days. You guys, a new show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, comment, share. And please, good or bad feedback. We love both of them. Thank you guys so much. Please tune in. I want to thank our sponsors, Potawatomi Casinos and Hotels, Gruber Law Offices.
One call, that's all.
That's all.
There you go.
Right? And Carbliss. Thank you guys so much for supporting Thanalysis. Out.